Hi friends, how are you today? It's Mrs. Stein. I wanted to talk to you today. We're going to do a little lesson on germs and why it is important to wash our hands. I know everybody has been hearing so much. You need to use your soap and water and wash your hands for 20 seconds. But I don't know if anybody has ever explained to you why it is important to use soap and to lather up for at least 20 seconds. I know if you were in my CAPS class earlier in the year, we did a scholastic, and I'm going to try to attach it to where you can go back and look at the scholastic and go back and see the video that explains to you exactly why it's important to use soap. But I'll have to do that in a separate, I can't do it all at once. I'm not at school, so I don't have the paper, so I have to do it all online, so I'll send you the attachments. But just so you know, oil. We all have oil on our bodies. We have it on our face. We have it in our scalp. That's why you need to wash your hair. It starts looking greasy after a while. We also have oil on our hands. Now, if I were to put oil on my hands, let's see if I can do this without making a huge mess. Ooh, I got a lot. And I'm not going to use both of my hands just because then I really won't be able to pick anything up. Anyway, if you look, I have oil all over my hands. Now, the germs, just like on our bodies, the germs attach to the oil. They stick to it. And they will stay there until they find a different way into your body, whether it be in a cut, or you put your fingers in your mouth, or you touch your nose. And we are transferring our germs into different parts of our body. And if I were to go and, if it's snack time, dinner time, and I wanted to wash my hands, I would go in there and I would do this. But if I didn't use soap, if you look at my hands, I still have oil there. And guess what? In that oil, there is still germs lurking in, trying to find ways into my body. Well, when you use soap, and you put soap on your hands, the soap, what they call molecules, love to attach to oil. And they also like water. So when you take your hands and you put the soap on your hand, you turn the water on. Now I'm going to have to use both of my hands here now, because as I move my hands around, making a lather, I'm wanting to do this, and as we all hear, we can go A, B, C. I'm not going to spend the whole time right now because I want to show you an experiment or another activity. But as I move my hands back and forth, I make a lather. And the soap attaches to the oil. Now, where are the germs? The germs are still attached to the oil. So, as I take my hands and I put them under the water, it doesn't matter if my water is cold or hot, because the soap still lathers up and it washes the oil down the drain. And guess what else it washes down the drain? The germs. The germs are in there washing down the drain because the soap molecules attached to the oil molecules. I know those are big words, but the parts of the soap attached to the oil. And with that, when it went down the drain, the germs went with it. Now, I wanted to take my experiment from yesterday, because guess what milk has? Milk has oil and fat in it. Now, sometimes you can't see, or never you can't see, the way that soap molecules and oil molecules I guess, become friends. I guess that's a good way to put it. They, well, oil is inside of milk. And if you want to see how the soap attaches or travels around the milk in order to attach to the soap molecules, it travels, it moves in there even though you can't see it. And now I am going to take some soap and I'm going to put it in my milk. And even though you're not going to be able to see my soap molecules hunting very fast through the milk to find the fat, you're going to see the movement in the milk because the colors are going to travel around because they're being pushed around and out of the way due to the soap trying to find its milk friend. So let's see what happens. If you look at this, you can see how all of the colors, even though we haven't touched them, are being pushed out of the way because the soap is traveling through the milk, hunting for the fat molecules to attach to. And that's just what happens when you wash the oil off of your hands. It attaches to the soap and the oil connect to each other. They stick to one another. And the more you suds up, the more you disrupt everything and you loosen everything. And it travels down the drain, and along with the soap traveling down the drain, your germs go goodbye.